All right, YouTube, November 2nd, 2012. There is panic in New York, panic in the streets of New York just days before the 2012 presidential election. There are fistfights. There are people pulling guns. There are long, 2-hour-long lines at the pumps, and there is no gas for the people. There are people begging the government for help. They are begging for food. They're begging the government for clean drinking water. They're begging the government to get their power back on, for gasoline. The President of the United States, under a grand jury indictment out of Florida, the people of the United States of America in an uproar, an outrage over the Benghazi incident. No help came for the United States ambassador to Libya or to the Navy SEALs. When they asked for help, the order came out to stand down. Is the government going to stand down on the people affected by this Hurricane Sandy, the people of New York City? Will martial law be implemented? This is what I was afraid of. This is what I said that I was afraid would happen. But it will be like a domino effect. It'll begin in New York City. Will they implement martial law? Fighting and guns drawn at gas stations after fuel shortage in New York sparks panic at the pumps. They're pulling guns. They're fist fighting. Motorist Sean Bailey, 35, arrested after cutting in line at a gas station in Queens and pointing a pistol at someone that complained. Yellow cabs carrying groups of citizens around while public transport is down and struggling to fill their tanks. State troopers have been posted at stations along New Jersey Turnpike. Motorists in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut feeling the squeeze. Many stations unable to pump gas as their power supplies are out. People fighting. There is looting going on in New York City, in New Jersey. There are people impersonating electrical workers, and they're looting storefronts. This is what I said. This is what I was afraid of. No one is. People are in dumpsters. They're diving in dumpsters for food to eat. We're opening up fire hydrants. A fuel rage. A police officer attempts to break up the row amid escalating anger over gas shortages. Now the people are fighting. They're fist fighting. They're pulling guns. Now let me remind everyone, I can't remember exactly the year. Remember we had the big brownout and all the big power outages and the long lines at the gas station? Everyone came together. I mean, a picture is worth 1,000 words. You can't deny these pictures of what you're seeing. But are they really pulling guns? Are there really people fist fighting? Are tempers really getting out of hand? Or is this media hype? Is this also planned by the government? Are people really in those dumpsters diving? Drafted in. A police officer watches as people wait in line to fill their gas containers after Superstorm Sandy closed most gas stations in Allenhurst, New Jersey. Let me take a look at this. I hope someone from New York, New Jersey that is watching this video that you will respond. Are the tempers really flying? Are the tempers flaring? Have you really seen people in these dumpsters looking for food? Or is this propaganda from the media? People, we have to come together, not fall into the hands and the trap of the elite, those behind the New World Order agenda. We need to come together. Believe me, it's only days before the election. Days before the election, and what do you think these elections will be postponed if they implement martial law and bring the military in to control the people? And will this escalate from one state to another? We need food. We need clothing. Staten Island residents launch desperate plea for assistance. New York residents of Staten Island are pleading for help from elected officials, begging for gasoline, food, and clothing 3 days after Sandy slammed into New York City. We're going to die. We're going to freeze. We got 90-year-old people. Donna Sully told visiting officials, you don't understand. You got to get your trucks down here. On the corner now. people pleading and crying and begging for help. Gasoline shortages in northeast U.S. highlights how quickly modern societies will unravel following disasters. And that's what the New World Order agenda, the elite, the banksters want. They want you to unravel. They want the people to pull guns and to loot and to riot. This is what they want. Remember, we're days away. We're only days away from the 2012 presidential election. Will it be postponed? Will martial law be implemented?
This is the line for the gas station.
The number of gas stations open are few and far between. In Middletown, we found 2 open right next to each other, but the line was literally a half a mile long. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that New Jersey Transit is still suspended across most of the state, so people who have cars want to make sure they're able to get around and aren't stranded at home without power.
It is now 2.5 hours to get gas here at the Sunoco.
The lines just started getting longer as the day progressed yesterday. I guess, people are using some people have generators. They started putting a cap on $20, gas.
The problem is now there's nowhere to get gas. There is not a gas station around. All along where I am, they're all closed. The rumor is that you can't get gas unless you go out onto the turnpike.
Now, let me remind you, this is only a Category 1 hurricane, a storm, and I know there's a lot of damage and destruction. And like I said, I remember when we had that big brownout, when all the power went out, people, instead of fighting, they came together. There was a little bit of looting, but mostly people took care, neighbors took care of one another. There was no power. Neighbor took care of neighbor. Brother took care of brother. Don't fall into the elite's plan. This is just what they want to implement martial law and to bring FEMA on the scene. They'll help all right, though, as they put you in a FEMA camp. Don't fall for their snare. Don't fall into their snare. Come together. Come together as a nation. Leave me comments, and anyone from New York, let me know, are these people really, really in this desperate of a need, or is this a media hype? I hate to say it, but I really believe they are pulling guns, they are fist fighting, that there is anger, tempers are flaring. I believe it, and I believe it's just what the elite wants. I believe people have no power, they have no food, and we, Christian brothers and sisters, we need to come together, we need to do something. I need to try to find a way to New York City to go out and help these people. We need to do something here. Please, please stand together. Please. And you think, my Christian brothers and sisters, so many of you that have come off the wall, you think the tribulation isn't about to begin? You think this isn't the spirit of the Antichrist? And the Antichrist is not about to make his debut? I hope and pray that you are rapture ready. Leave me comments, everyone. God bless.